Pinnacle Bank Arena before conference play begins. One more tune-up game. It's the Seahawks from North Carolina Wilmington and the Nebraska Cornhuskers on Big Ten Plus. Welcome inside Pinnacle Bank Arena. Bobby Hessling. That is Justice Rohde. And Nebraska is coming off of a 15-point comeback win after a very good shooting performance in that second half against a solid Georgia Tech team.
Markowski and McLaughlin will jump for the tip. And away we go from Lincoln. Tip is won by Nebraska. Darian White grabs it and will bring it across the timeline for the very first possession of this ball game. Nebraska coming off of a big-time win over Georgia Tech, their first Power 5 win of the season. And three from the corner, knocked down. Darian White with a big-time three early.
Yeah, that's good early movement. Again, UNCW comes out in a 3-2 zone right there. Just a quick little zone buster to get the flare to the corner. Nice shot right there by the transfer, Darian White.
We will see a lot of zone from this UNCW team. There is Evan Miller. Dishes it off, driving inside, swings it to the left corner. That three on the way from range. Can't knock it down from long range. Natalie Potts grabs the rebound. Natalie Potts last week had her first career double-double against Florida Atlantic. Thought about three early. Shelley kicks out right corner three. That is off the top of the backboard. Natalie Potts able to grab the rebound. Thought she was fouled on the way up. She is not, but already 2 rebounds for Potts, and we're a minute in.
Yeah, nice effort right there by Potts, the freshman. She comes into this one, even as a freshman, averaging 5.1 rebounds a game, so she's active on the boards constantly for this Husker team.
Evan Taylor bounce pass down low to McLaughlin. McLaughlin with that high elbow. Evan Miller, such a lethal scorer. Swings out, left wing three. That's a little too strong for Mary Ferrito. Mary Ferrito is now 0 for 11 on the season from three-point range. Darian White able to catch the pass. That was a little wide from Shelley. Shelley directing traffic. Maddie Kroll, one of the leaders of this Nebraska team, was a transfer last year from South Dakota. This is her second year with the Cornhusker program. Darian White back in the hands of Shelley. Swings over Shelley. Right wing three. Knocked down again. 2 threes early for Nebraska. You want to see that. Who needs to improve shooting?
Yeah, absolutely. You want to push the pace. Get good early looks on the outside to kind of bust UNCW out of this favorite zone of theirs. And right there, Shelley off the old fader play. Just a good zone buster right there to get an early look. Nebraska up 6-0 early.
Nebraska shot a rough 2 for 14 in the first half against Georgia Tech. That turned around in the second half where they shot 8 for 12, trying to carry that momentum. Driving inside, high off the glass, could not finish, was Taylor Henderson. Rebound Markowski. Here comes Shelley back down the floor. Darian White driving inside. So lethal and a quick finish to the basket.
Yeah, the Montana State transfer averaging 9.5 on the year, but right there you could see, saw open space, a quick punch step just to change up the defender's timing. You know, UNCW, they are really active. They average a good 9 steals a game, so just right there mixing up the timing, able to get a free layup on the left side. Huskers up 8-0.
Oh, a quick timeout on the floor. Nicole Woods is going to call a timeout in her first season as the head coach. 8-0 Nebraska on top of UNCW here on Big Ten Plus. I wasn't sure if that was going to take us to our first media timeout of the evening. Usually the under 5 media timeout in the first quarter. Not the case. We play on, and I'm okay with that. I'm sure you are too, Justice.
Oh, yeah, we love to see early pace. Just letting both of these teams get into a rhythm. Specifically, UNCW needs it drastically.
Steal from Nisley down the floor, 2-on-1. Bounce pass to Shelley. Through the contact, she cannot lay it in, and will go to the line to shoot 2.
That's a good bait right there by Ferrito, just forcing Nisley, the freshman, to pick between the 2-on-1, decides to dish it off. Ferrito able to recover right there, but Shelley, the graduate senior, able to get up into the body of Ferrito right there, flicks one up with the right hand, and the body of contact just enough for our head official, Michael McConnell, to whistle that one for a line.
Shelley at the line shooting 2. First shot falls in. Going back to Logan Nisley, averaging 5.5 points per game, 1.9 rebounds. Shooting numbers a little weary, but had a huge 11 points on Saturday, including multiple big threes to give Nebraska the lead back as Shelley's able to go 2 for 2. And Nisley was someone, she deserved a lot more attention in that game than she got, a lot more credit. And that's what a few folks that are insiders of the Nebraska women's basketball team are like, there was not enough credit given to her for her tremendous effort in that Georgia Tech game, knocking down big shots in that second half.
Which is exactly what Amy Williams wanted to see out of the freshman as Henderson lets that one fly from the corner.
A little too strong. Baseball pass up the floor to Nisley with the right hand and lays it in. Another assist from Jazz Shelley.
Yeah, Shelley's been really active as a playmaker to start. 5 assists already in this ball game, and Nisley able to get on the leak out right there. Finishes an easy right-hand layup. Nebraska is running early, pushing the pace.
6 assists for Shelley in the first quarter. An 11-0 run for Nebraska. Mid-range jumper can't fall in. Rebound goes to Shelley. That's her 4th. She pushes the tempo up the floor. Near steal. Hake was able to save it from going out of bounds. Rather, UNCW holds on to it. Petrie hits the deck with the basketball. Could have been a call to travel. It's not. Now Hake down the floor, has Kendall Coley. Thought about a little too far, and another turnover for Nebraska.
Yeah, just a tough spot right there for Kendall Coley. Could not stop her momentum and get a good shot up, and just threw an errant pass right there that got picked off.
Down low, driving inside, left-hand skyhook to end the drought, and does is Carrie McLaughlin.
And we talked about it with UNCW as McLaughlin gets that layup. They have to get to the inside looks, and they've been doing a good job. Just finally were able to convert one right there. We're the Seahawks.
Moriarty swings out Darian White into the corner. Thought about three, doesn't take it. Skip pass over to Hake. Her three on the way. Knocks it down again. The threes are raining inside the vault.
And UNCW going in that zone trying to make Nebraska beat them from three. Well, guess what? You picked your poison. Now you got to live by it, and that's exactly what's happening right here. Hake, a 50% three-point shooter, not going to miss an open look like that.
Nebraska 5 for 9 from long range to start early, improving as the games go on, laying it in, and the foul was Kyla Silver.
That was a great pass up top right there by Range to be able to slit that window right there, and you could see as Silver gets the and one, a little back shoulder. It's a tight window right there. Slips it over the top, right out. Coley stands in at a good 6'2". That is a tough pass to slip inside of the wingspan of Coley. A good find right there. Silver able to finish through contact as well. So a really great play all around for the Seahawks.
And one free throw attempt for Kyla Silver, knocked down. 29-7, Nebraska in front by 22. Up the floor, Moriarty driving inside through contact. Had the shot blocked. Out of bounds off of UNCW, and we'll stay with Nebraska. Good shot block from Kyla Silver.
Yeah, and that's a big-time moment for a team that only averages 3.6 blocks a game as a team. So to be able to come up with that kind of defensive play after making an M1 play is huge for momentum.
Darian White swings it over. Hake, her three on the way. Can't knock that one down. Nebraska now shooting 50% from long range. About a 5-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Hake says that doesn't matter and lays it in for two.
Yeah, it's really good recognition there right there by Hake. Just sees the open lane, able to get right into a rip move, get into the triple threat series, finishes, avoids the contact right there, gets an easy right-hand layup. Bread and butter look there.
Game clock under 10. In the hands of UNCW, they'll hold for the final shot. Silver, somewhere to go with it, ran into a body, puts up a shot as the horn sounds. Off the mark, and at the end of one, it is 31-7, Nebraska on top of UNCW here on Big Ten Plus. Nebraska in the Georgia Tech game shot very well from three in the second half. Much more the same here tonight, Justice.
Yeah, you could see they've been able to space out this UNCW zone. They started out in a 3-2 look, and really they've been picking their spots, have Nebraska finding spots in the soft short corner in this little wing gap area. You can see right there, fade play to Shelley. They've been able to get really crisp, clean, open looks, and that's been really the result for why they've had so much success from beyond the arc.
Well, so many different numbers jump off the page already, including 7 assists from Jazz Shelley in that first quarter, and she didn't play the last few minutes of said first quarter.
Which is insane because Shelley only averages 3.6 assists per game on the year. She's already more than doubled that, and we haven't even hit halftime, Bobby. That is an insane stat. Shows you the level of playmaker that Shelley is and how Nebraska's been able to push the pace, get easy looks in transition to maximize her talent.
She is well on her way to a triple-double already. 8 points, 5 rebounds, and 7 total assists, while Nebraska is shooting 50% from three-point land and 63% from the field. A much different first half compared to the Georgia Tech game. 62-12, some history points that we want to tell you about. Nebraska has tied a amount of points in a half, and that is against Oral Roberts in 2013, and this ties the second least amount of points allowed in a half at 12. But Jazz Shelley has been a big reason for that. She's closing in on a triple-double, already has 10 assists in the first half, and is knocking down threes while she's at it.
Yeah, she has tripled her average for assists on the season so far. She's averaging 3.6 assists per game. She's already tripled it, Bobby, and she has been instrumental tonight in running the Nebraska fast break, setting things up, making sure that her teammates, when they run out, look at this baseball pass right here to Logan Nisley, who's also having a sensational start to her game. You can see that she is facilitating, she is making plays happen, and she has been instrumental and a key factor as the engine for the Nebraska fast break and offense.
Logan Nisley currently leads Nebraska with 15 points. She's 6 for 7 from the field, 3 for 4 from three. But Justice, if there was something I wanted to circle, it'd be the rebound numbers. 33-6 are the rebound numbers for the Cornhuskers compared to the Seahawks.
Yeah, I don't know if I could find a wider gap in between the U.S. and Britain, the ocean that spans that, the Atlantic Ocean. I don't know if there's a wider gap than that, but it is a really big gap right now, and it just shows you the physical dominance and the verticality that Nebraska possesses. And in sealing out, I thought the bigs and the forwards for Nebraska have done a really good job of sealing inside, gaining position, and being physical at the point of attack when the rebound comes off the glass.
Just a tremendous first half overall from Nebraska. Jazz Shelley's numbers, I want to read them to you folks. 8 points, 2 for 4 from the field. Those are all from 3. 8 total rebounds and 10 assists. 10 assists in that first half, and that was only in 13 minutes of time. She has played tremendously well here tonight. Leading off on the floor for Nebraska is the typical starting 5. Darian White, Jazz Shelley, Natalie Potts, Maddie Kroll, and Alexis Markowski. UNCW starts with the basketball in the hands of Evan Miller. Low bounce pass down low to McLaughlin. Looking somewhere to go with it. It's a skip pass into the corner. Ferrito drives inside through contact and an early bucket in the second half for UNCW.
That's a physical play right there by the Wisconsin transfer, and already tops her season average for points per game, 1.9. A physical layup right there helps UNCW get back into this one just a little bit more.
She started in every single game, just not a typical scorer. Transfer from Wisconsin, Ferrito is. Darian White driving inside, swings out one more. Shelley for 3. Knocks that one down. Third 3 of the night for Jazz Shelley. She's up to 11 points. That's a double-double.
And it just looks all too easy for Nebraska right now. The ball movement looks exquisite every single time that it touches a player's hand. If they have an extra, they're making it. Selfless play so far has helped Nebraska catapult to this gigantic lead they find themselves with.
Jazz Shelley is 9 assists away from breaking a school record. We'll see if she hits that here tonight. Has her pocket picked. Maddie Kroll able to get it back. Back in the hands of Shelley. Shelley is 2 rebounds away from a triple-double. Darian White, mid-range runner, knocks that one down as well. Nebraska still can't miss from the field. Miller, a little Euro step through contact, not able to lay it in. Rebound still on the floor is grabbed by, I believe, Potts, but they swing it back out to UNCW. That 3 on the way, a little too strong. Rebound goes to Darian White. Bodies continue to hit the deck on both sides.
Yeah, it's just a physical war on the inside, trying to find any sort of rebound that they can get.
Maddie Kroll for 3, and that marks every single Husker with a basket. In the hands of Miller. Corner 3 left away short, and Jazz Shelley has a triple-double. The last time a Cornhusker had a triple-double was Jazz Shelley on the 20th of November in 2021, and now Kendall Moriarty can go to the scorers table.
Well, I tell you what, it was so nice she had to do it twice, Bobby, and it's been deserved all night. She's been working her tail off, trying to get open, trying to make plays happen. It's right there. She cashes home a 3, just doing it all for the Huskers, having a ball out there.
19 points for Jazz Shelley, 10 rebounds and 11 assists from the senior. 101-30. That 3 not able to respond. Rebound goes to Coley. Shelley will bring the ball down the floor. Amy Williams is going to call a substitution timeout, and Jazz Shelley will get a standing ovation from everyone in this building after recording a triple-double. It's 101-30. Nebraska on top of UNCW. It's a history-made night inside Pinnacle Bank Arena here on Big Ten Plus. Henderson knocks it down. It's 108-35. And here you go, folks. It's official. This is the largest margin of victory for Husker women's basketball history ever. Wow. 73. 108-35 is the final. Nebraska beats UNCW. Justice, your final thoughts?
I mean, it was a complete performance. Nebraska went on a 2-minute 11 scoring drought, so could have piled on even more points. The hurting could have been even worse in this one, but Bobby, some really key performers. Logan Nisley reaches 18. That's a career high for her in her very young athletic career at the university. To go along with 5 rebounds, and she had 3 steals, also a notable one there for Logan Nisley. Josh Shelley with 19. Alexis Markowski chipping in a good bit as well for the Huskers. Markowski with 18. Just a complete performance offensively. Several Huskers. I'm counting 7 Huskers in double digits tonight. That is a large scoring performance. A great way to kind of even out the scoring burden on some of these better Nebraska players. Just a complete offensive performance all night.
Jazz Shelley on top of that had a tremendous outing with her triple-double. For more information about today's game or any other Big Ten information, you can go online to big10.org or download the Big Ten Plus app to watch more events. For our Big Ten Plus crew here in Lincoln, that's Justice Rohde. I'm Bobby Hessling. Nebraska wins at 108-35 over UNCW. We thank you for watching this presentation of Big Ten women's basketball on Big Ten Plus.